Oh, okay, whatever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Yes, I don't have the virus. I'm back at it again. So let's get into this video. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to MattREACTS. I'm back at it once again. Hope y'all enjoying y'all quarantine life like I am. I can't even speak. That's how boring I am. But it has been a minute since I've been on YouTube. I don't have the virus, so I'm not sick. So I just, you know, I don't know why I just stopped, but you know, I really do. But for some reason, you know, I keep constantly getting YouTube subscriptions, which I appreciate that. I appreciate all y'all support. But man, I just, you know, obviously with this whole quarantine, coronavirus, obviously it's put a halt on everything. So there hasn't been much to react to lately. But you know, I'm gonna continue to find some stuff like I just did today. You know, I was just scrolling to YouTube, hit all the points on here, and I scrolled upon a channel called Jaded Animations, and I don't know if this is, I think this is a girl. I think this channel is by a girl, and she just posted some, she just updated something called Why Don't I Like Reading? And the reason why I picked this is because I don't like reading either. I really don't. Unless it benefits me, I don't like reading. I don't like just sitting down and just reading a book. I know that sounds very ignorant of me, but I just don't like reading. It doesn't benefit me. The only time I'll ever read is if, like I said, if it benefits me. Like, obviously I'm reading articles about what's going on in the world right now. I'll read instructions on how to, you know, just, I don't know. I just don't like reading. And hopefully, you know, hopefully this person, this video, I can relate to this video, but I just don't like reading. But we're gonna see what this video is. You know, keep the spirits, keep everybody's spirits going up with this whole quarantine life going on, the social distancing. We're gonna keep the spirits up. If you got any videos you want me to react to, hit me up in the comment section down below or any of my social media. Let's dive on into this.
Reading, books, libraries. It's all boring.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not.
No, it's not.
When I was growing up, it was pretty normal. But now I always hear people gush about how great it is to bundle up in a warm blanket with, quote, a good book.
Yeah.
While the faint light of the fall evening peeks out of their cracked windows and hits their collection of plants perfectly. They've got a warm cup of chamomile tea they've prepared with the Keurig they use
sounds
daily.
boring.
And actually, it's a funny story. They were about to get one at Target because they were on sale, but they received one as a gift instead. What a coincidence.
Wow.
And they have a cat. I'm not saying that isn't a poetic
Bro,
life
for real though.
going on over there.
That's like the most casualist thing. You know, you got your book, you're lying in your bed with your book. You know, you got your, you know, your nice the floor to ceiling window with the plants. And then you got the cat that just comes in. That's just, I don't know. That's not me. I'm sorry.
But I still don't like reading and have a cat allergy. It's kind of complicated.
Plus, I have a bad story about cats, which I'm not going to get into, but I'm more of a dog person.
The thought of reading sounds really nice to me. It's supposed to be calming and good for your brain in some sort of way.
No, it's not.
I don't know how exactly, but people repeat it all the time, so it might be true. But I think I've got some weird reading PTSD from school because the other part of my brain thinks about how boring and slow and too quiet it's going to be.
Yes.
And I feel like I have to take notes and memorize things and identify the plot points and know the names and symbolisms.
Oh my
and To Kill a
goodness! Like
Mockingbird.
I could not. Oh my goodness! Like I seriously, like in high school, I just really couldn't. I literally just could not just sit there and just be like, I just couldn't do it. But here I am, a college graduate, and doing just fine.
And, oh God, was I supposed to read up to chapter 7 by Thursday or through it? I used to love reading. I still have the strong memory of going to my elementary school's library and being excited to check out the next Geronimo Stilton book.
Yeah, for real though. Back in elementary school, I would always get excited. What was it called? The book fair. And I don't know what I don't know what book I will always get. I don't know if it was Captain Underpants. I can't believe I still remember the name of that book. But it was either Captain Underpants or some other book. But I was always so excited to go to the book fair to actually buy anything but books.
pictures and fun text they had. They always wrote the word cheese like this, and being able to read books that had more than 10 words on the page was impressive to a 6-year-old. Whenever I found a book I liked growing up, I would read it non-stop. I was able to crush a 300-pager in 2 days, which I don't think is considered impressive anymore,
Nope.
but it was in 5th grade, and look, that was the only self-worth I had, alright?
For real, it was kind of impressive to do it back in elementary school. Now,
it took the fun away from me. I don't like being told what to do with my free time, especially if you're gonna make me read a book written in the 1940s that I need cliff notes to decode just to realize that all the animals were communists.
yeah.
Also, it's 20% of my grade.
Right.
I get it, though. What else are we gonna do in English class? We can all understand each other, right? We're speaking English. That's gotta count for something, right? But the more I had to read really cryptic books in my spare time where the symbolism is in the color of the main character's curtains, and I'm not even observant enough to realize they had curtains, led me to not really having fun and also feeling like an idiot. I like my subtlety like I like my coffee. Splashed in my face. How am I supposed to know what the A stands for?
Right, I want it to be.
I don't know. It could mean.
I'm a hands-on person. I like the hands-on activity. I don't like reading an entire long list of stuff. I just can't. I really just can't.
For all I know. Asparagus. But all that isn't anything new. Everyone complains about English assignments. Everyone hates reading the Scarlet Letter. Everyone thinks school should die. However, something that also locked in my disdain for reading was my mom. Hi, Mom.
Parents.
Of course, as a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all
Right.
day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure. So what's the solution? Make them read more.
Yeah.
And on paper, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I'll probably use that parenting technique too.
I mean,
when applicable. I think my mom made the obvious good parenting decision. But as the victim here, I believe I fell in the small minority where it had the overall opposite effect. During summer vacation, my mom would always tell me that I needed to read at least 2 books so I don't forget how to read. Whenever my mom would walk in on my brother and I playing Mario Kart together in the living room,
I'm on
she would ask
vacation,
if we've read
not
yet
doing
today,
anything
which
but
we would
enjoying
respond,
myself.
No, because reading's for chumps. And then she'd lock us in our rooms to be chumps. I started hating reading so much, I would rather do literally nothing than read a book. There were a couple summers where I faked reading entire books because I just didn't want to read that much.
Exactly, I just didn't. I just faked it. I didn't want to. But I will say there is only one book in my entire life that I've actually finished. There's actually one book that I've only finished my entire life, and I'm trying to really think, go back and see. Yes, the only book that I've ever finished my entire life was Speed Racer. Not the movie, the actual book. And obviously everybody says the book is actually better than the movie, which in some ways is true. But yes, Speed Racer was the only book I ever read. And the only reason is because I was on punishment at the time and my mother forced me to read a book. So I was like, yeah, fine, I'll go ahead. But actually, yeah, that's legit the only the good memory of me reading a book and actually finishing it. That is the only good book. That is the only book that I actually finished in its entirety.
Country, and I still remember that just looking at the cover would put me in a bad mood because of hatred association. Screw your secret country. When I was being forced to read, I would sit angrily on my bed, open the book, move the bookmark a reasonable amount forward to make it look like I read, and then just sit there for 30 minutes
and just do nothing.
It was boring, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I could have had at least a decent time if I just tried to read the dang book. But I guess it turned into a dignity thing. Actually, the ironic part is maybe a year or so later I decided to restart the same book and give it another shot on my own terms. And I finished it in 2 days. It was pretty good. I did it again with another book called Molly Moon and the Morphine Mystery.
That's
it's
not
like
me.
the 5th book in this Molly Moon
That's unfortunately
series.
not me.
It's been a while, so I don't really remember the story, but it's about this orphan who can hypnotize people and has a pug. Anyway, it's funky because I actually read the first few books of the series on my own and remember really liking them. I would read them any chance I got. But as soon as I was forced to read this one, I just decided I'd rather literally waste my time and sit alone rebelling against reasonable parenting.
Yeah.
But this time I never went back to read it. I think that might have been the point of no return for me. I think the association of reading as a necessity or some sort of
It is a necessity because obviously when you get to college, they force you to read because you gotta write the book reports, and it's a massive chunk of your entire grade in the class.
Honestly, they make me feel really lonely. I don't know why. It might be the lack of visuals. I like pictures.
I do too.
No one else is around. It's the same with music. I've never been a big music person, so whenever I try to sit down and do something while listening to music, it somehow enhances this feeling of being alone and like time is going by slower, which makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so I always have either YouTube videos or more recently Twitch streams in the background. I'm still not super used to Twitch yet, but I like Ryukar's stuff. He plays Mario Maker. Sometimes I wish I read more. It might be good for me to slow down instead of always consuming fast-paced content on the internet, but on the other hand, I think it's just a preference I have that's been cemented with bad association. If you like reading, I think that's really great. I've got a lot of friends who like reading, and it's cool that you've got a really nice hobby you can fall back on to de-stress, or however you people feel while staring at words all day. I was gonna say you should recommend a good book I should give a try, but I took a second to think about if I would actually try to read any suggestions, and being real with myself, the answer is no. So, enjoy that chamomile tea. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you enjoy reading, kudos to you, but personally, yeah, I don't like reading. Obviously, when you get into college, when you get into like the higher education, they force you to read because again, it is a massive chunk of your grade. So, you're just forced to. I remember taking a summer course, and I'm gonna be honest, I had to write a book report. It was my final grade. I had to write a book report, and honestly, I just picked. I was lucky enough to just pick certain parts out of the book, skim it, and just put the book report together, and I got a B out of the class in the summer course. So I was like, let's get it, let's go. But like, if you like reading, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. That's good for you. Like I said, like she said, you can have something for you to fall back on. But personally, I don't like reading. I don't like reading. But you know, if you do, that's good for you. Obviously, you're gonna need to read. Obviously, there's probably people out here reading right now that is in the quarantine life, but it is what it is. But hey man, thanks for getting this video. If you get any videos you want me to react to, hit me up in the comment section down below or any of my social media. Like, subscribe, doses.